Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP possible from the Mandeville Gold Saucer every week when judging begins for the Fashion Report minigame. This time around then we have the theme of Well-Travelled Bandit with the following clues. We've got Fashion Bandit for our chest, Skirts of a Feather for our hands, Too Cool for our feet, and Yukata is the clue for our wrist slot. In this video we have a 100 score, an 80 with dies, and the easiest 80 I could put together. Without further ado, let's get to that 100. Okay, for the 100 score this week then, I personally went for the Woad Sky Druid's Fur. This is actually a chess piece that drops in the level 53 dungeon Som Al. You can of course do this even on a free trial player would be able to unsynchronize this, unrestrict this, and go and blast through this at whatever level they are. Anything above level 53. It remains to be seen if all of the chess pieces would work from this dungeon. I have only tested the Woad Sky Druid's Fur this week. I believe the casting one is very similar, so it's likely that one would work as well. But it's fairly easy to get a hold of this, quite honestly. Then we move on to the gloves that I chose to go with this. These are the Copper Nickel Armlets of Healing. You can actually get these from Norlays in the Pillars of Ishgard. If you go on the Disciple of Magic tab and then go to the lowest tab on that option, you'll be able to purchase these. They will cost you just under 20,000 gil, which isn't too bad. I know that the casting ones as well would work, the Copper Nickel Armlets of Casting, if you wanted to go to casting route instead. For my feet, I went for the Shire Thigh Boots. So these are specifically from Idleshire, from his Maina, and you'll be able to get them off the 270 item level menu. We went for the Augmented Shire Preceptor's Thigh Boots, but of course the casting ones would work as well, and likely every other one of the Shire Preceptors and that kind of stuff, all of the other roles would probably work for gold as well. And then finishing this 100 off, I went for the Dai Ryomakyu Bracelet of Healing. This is something you can actually get for 280 poetics, I think it is, from Rauga's Reach. You can get this from the 370 item level option on the Disciple of Magic, or of course if you're going for Disciple of War. Although I've not tested any of the others, I know that the healing and the casting one would definitely work for this, so I've gone for the Dai Ryomakyu Bracelet of Healing in this case to get my 100. That's what I put together. It's really not that tricky to put together. A couple of poetic items, a couple of items that you can basically obtain pretty easily in the game. Let's move on to an 80 with dies with this information. Okay, for an 80 with dies, your best in slot dies then for this week, make sure you have something equipped in every slot and all of your left side must be dieable, as you can see here. So this is any weapon in the game that's dieable, dyed rose pink. We have any helm in the game that's dieable, dyed gloom purple. And then we have our body, our hands, and our legs, all dyed sunset orange dye. And then finally our feet, any feet in the game that are dyeable, soot black dye. Honestly, not that bad. There's not really any super premium dyes there, to be perfectly honest. There's some good options, and this might be the best option for you this week, quite honestly, that fits any role and anybody's background in the game. Let's move on to the easiest 80 though. So one of the easy 80s I put together then, very simply, is we just went and bought the Copper Nickel Armlets of Healing. This cost us just under 20,000 gil in total just for those gloves from Norlays in the Pillars of Ishgard, off of the Disciple of Magic tab, and then the level 60 tab. And you can get those very easily, or you can go for the casting ones if you'd rather. Then we've combined that with some dyes. So essentially all we've done is we've got Gloom Purple, which is a vendor purchase from a dye vendor for 40 gil. Some Gloom Purple, any helm in the game dyed Gloom Purple. And then any chest in the game that's dyeable, we've dyed that Sunset Orange for our first dye slot there. And you can get this from a level 30 recipe on any of the crafters in the game. It's a crafted one. You also get this Sunset Orange as a reward from a bunch of side quests in A Realm Reborn, like a ton of them, all the way through the game actually. So Yeah, and it also drops in the fractal continuum in Heavensward as well. So if you wanted to go and farm this, if you didn't have a crafter, fractal continuum dungeon would be where you'd get the die as well. But yeah, essentially having that one piece with 2 dies is enough to make yourself get an 81 there, or an 80 at least. The reason of which is because basically any feat count as 1 star and any bracelet counts as 1 star. So make sure you have something equipped in every single equipment slot to make this work. The other way of doing this would be to combine any 2 items from the 100, obviously. So if we went for both of the poetic items, we could go for the bracelet there, the Ryomyaku healing or casting bracelet from Ralga's Reach for 280 poetics, and we could combine that with the Idle Shire Thigh Boots, the Preceptors, or whatever you want, for 345 poetics, and that would work as well very easily as long as you had something equipped in every slot. And that was pretty much this week. Not too bad, honestly. I think the dies are probably the most accessible. There's probably less effort for you to just go to a market board if you have access to it and purchase those, or buy them from vendors and craft them, that kind of thing. But at least you've got some options. Thank you so much for watching. I will, of course, see you all next week for more Fashion Report. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.